Respectfully, what the fuck is going on in Detroit right now?
I don't go anywhere after dark unless I'm with somebody. A guy walked past like, oh, that's a nice car. It'd be a shame if something happened to it.
This shit is normal. Detroit is in full effect right now.
Bro, dude wasn't lying when he said Detroit is the most dangerous city around this motherfucker. Now, I ain't been through the whole USA, but I've been to a good amount of places, bro. And one thing you notice, the huge difference is the demographic, bro.
Yo, Detroit, what up, though? Hey, hey, we're about to dive into this video, man. I just want to say, Detroit, y'all are a lot, okay? I found so much in Detroit. We got to split this up into at least 2 parts. So this will be part 1, where we're just going to focus on the streets, the violence of Detroit. We're going to hear from people who living in the city, and they're going to tell us about their experiences and also some other violence that's happening in Detroit. So let's get to it.
You can motherfucking be right here in the nigga hood, right? I'm in motherfucking Tennessee, Chicago, anywhere. You could be right there in the hood. You could drive 3 minutes up the street. You in the burbs. There's white motherfuckers and all type of different ethnicities and shit over there. Bro, Detroit not like that, bro. From motherfucking downtown, after the motherfucking freeway, all the way up to 8 Mile, pure trenches, nigga. It ain't no motherfucking Chick-fil-A, ain't no Walmart in Detroit, ain't shit there, bro. It's all home-owned shit, because don't nobody want to invest in that motherfucker, because somebody gonna break in your shit, blow your shit up, or somebody gonna die in front of your shit. You're gonna be coming out a whole lot of insurance claims, bro, for nothing. That's why don't invest in that bitch. That's why don't nobody come about that bitch. That's why the music took so long to blow up, because don't nobody want to go there. Only reason paying attention now is because the music blew up and our sports teams is winning. On my mama, bro. Strike, look, the Thunder was coming out. Just finna say it, bro. You see I'm still here, bro. The bitch is straight motherfucking gutter from downtown to 8 Mile. You seen 8 Mile? It work in the mile systems. 8 Mile on down and stop at 5 Mile. But basically, Eric, we don't say the other ones is miles. They got street names like Tire Man, Warren, shit like that. Go all the way downtown, bro. It's not a breather nowhere you go, bro. So imagine you stay in the city full of po-ass people. When they started getting money, which the was getting money, the 80s hit, everybody became a main character, bro. Because everybody po, so everybody want to feel like they want to be above somebody. Everybody in Detroit feel like they're a fucking superstar, bro. I feel like I'm a superstar. I am. I made it in that bitch. And ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing different. Hell yeah. So be hating on each other because be like, yeah, I'm better than you or I'm better than you. That's why our music sound like that, bro. It ain't nothing but a I'm better than you contest. That's why be smoking each other, bro. That's why that bitch so dangerous, because we all like in a box. Bro, the fucking Mexicans moved down to a part in Southwest, bro, called Mexican Village. It's all Latinos, bro. They know to get out that bullshit. And they still be on their own bullshit down there. Then the motherfucking Chaldeans or all the Middle Eastern people, they moved to Dearborn. They ain't fucking with it. Nobody don't fuck with Detroit but Detroit people, bro. But when motherfuckers come around, they act like they don't want to leave. That's why that bitch dangerous, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Look, man, ain't nothing wrong with competition. Like, but friendly competition, okay? We don't want competition, where we unaliving each other. That does nothing. That just evaporates us from this world. One no longer living and one no longer free. That makes no sense. But friendly competition where we can feed off each other, we can encourage each other, we can help each other a little bit as far as showing each other the way. Look, this is how I did it, this is how you can do it. That's good. Violent competition, we got to get rid of that. We got to get rid of that, Detroit. Let's go.
Respectfully, what the fuck is going on in Detroit right now? No, like, what the fuck is really going on in Detroit right now? I get on Crime and the D. It's a motherfucker that had pulled out a gun on the hiring manager at Taco Bell because they rejected his application. Then I go a couple posts down. The chef at fucking Benihana's pulls out a gun at the waiter because the waiter said that he was taking too long preparing the food. Then It's a viral story going on of a lady getting mad that an older lady, her manager kept sending her home and she wasn't getting no hours. So the bitch came back up to work and stabbed her to death. What the fuck is going
that happened in
on? What is
Detroit?
really going on? Bro, ain't no way, bro. It's something in that motherfucking food or something in our water. Cause ain't no way in hell all these fast food restaurants, all these food restaurant places, it's some weird shit happening. Like, and then the last one, how you mad that the lady sending you home? Now you ain't gonna never go home.
If I remember correctly, the girl who stabbed her manager for sending her home had mental issues. If I'm not mistaken about that. If I am, correct me in the comments. But I didn't even know that was in Detroit, which is crazy. But man, y'all acting without thinking, man, and that's some people's problem sometimes, man. They just snap and don't think about the consequences beforehand, and then now she probably gonna be in prison for life over getting sent home early when she could have did what she had to do to find another job. But is that a product of the environment in Detroit where people just snap without thinking because they have to as a defense mechanism? You know what I mean? And at some point your brain gets wired to just react and not think because you're kind of in defense mode. She probably didn't look at it as, I could go to prison for this. She probably was looking at it as, hey, I'm defending myself because she keep cutting my hours and I need my money. I don't know, but let's keep going.
I don't know what the fuck is going on right now, but I am scared shitless. I was just driving and this fucking car was literally following me. It was like a white truck. And first off, I was on the freeway behind this dude, and on the freeway, like literally out of nowhere, motherfucker just abruptly stops on the freeway. Like, who the fuck does that? I'm right behind them, so I have to stop too. Nobody's in front of them, nothing. I don't understand what the fuck going on. I try to just go around them. So I'm next to them, basically driving, and as I'm trying to speed up, they're speeding up too. They're going the same speed as me. And then I slow down. I pretty much slow all the way the fuck down. They're, again, in the lane next to me. They do the same. I'm like, what the fuck? And then my exit's coming up. So now I'm really, like, slowing down, trying to get off the exit. And this car had, like, switched over and got in a different lane because I don't know. But anyways, as I'm, like, pulling off, this car is not behind me. They're literally 2 lanes away from me. They abruptly get right behind me in the same lane and get off the same exit as me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So then I pull in the gas station. As I get off the exit, there's a gas station. I go in the gas station. They follow me in the gas station. Then I notice, like, they're fucking following me. This is weird. So I, like, fake, like, I'm about to pull out of the gas station. They're still following me. I come back in. I pretend like I'm parking at the pump, and they do the same. They about to park right next to me. I'm like, oh, fuck no. So and the whole time the man is, like, in the car on the phone or something, looking out the window hard as fuck. So I pull off, and that was it. He wasn't following me. I, like, made a whole circle back, like, changed up my whole path that I was going to take so I can get home. So then I pull up home, and another car, mind you, these are not the same car, but they are both white cars. Now I'm pulling into this apartment complex, and this car is like, so in this apartment complex, there's 2 like fucking lanes for exit and enter. And they pull in the exit lane, like they are entering in the exit lane, because it looked like I was about to go out the exit lane. So they stopped right there, and I'm like, what the fuck? So then I pull in the complex. I don't go to the actual apartment that I'm going to. I just, like, pull in the complex, and they're slowly inching up towards me, near me, and then they stopped pretty close to me, but not, like, super close, but you can definitely see that they are looking at me. They are also looking hard as fuck out the window. I don't know if they're on the phone either, but they're looking hard as fuck out the window. And as I'm pulling off, they are pulling off at the exact same rate as me, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Just, like, drove to the police station, and of course nobody's following me. After that, nobody's following me, and now I'm just like parked here, and I don't know. I'm just fucking terrified. Please be mindful of your surroundings. Please pay attention.
Yeah, be mindful of the cars that's behind you, around you, cause I ain't gonna lie. If I'm driving out and if there's a car behind me and I make 3 turns and you still behind me in all 3 turns, I assume you will follow me, right? At that point, I'm assuming you follow me, cause we're not going the same direction, and just so happen to be, right behind each other. No, you following me. That's what it is. Always assume, because it's better to assume the person is following you and prepare and get away from them than to assume that they're not following you and you get home and they get to your house too. And, you know, let's go.
Bro, y'all wouldn't believe what a motherfucker on Uber just tried to have me deliver, bro. Like, I don't know why they got the option to send from a personal person to another personal person any fucking way. Uber should only be able to send food from place to place or go shopping for food. Like, I don't understand how you can go and pick a package up from somebody and then take it to somebody else. Bro, they tried to have me deliver crack. Bro, crack. All the way to the suburbs, to Novi. I see, from my past, I could pick up on shit. I could pick up on shit real good. They just tried to have me deliver crack, bro. This shit gotta stop.
I didn't even know they could do that. I didn't even know you could do that on Uber. That's crazy. Why? Of course, Uber. Of course people going to take advantage of that and do stuff like this. Of course. What did you think they were going to do? Yeah, y'all got to take that off, Uber. I don't know if that's just a Detroit thing. I don't know. But I ain't even know. Did y'all know that you could send stuff from person to person through Uber? I didn't know that. That's crazy. Oh, let's go.
There are a few things that growing up in Detroit as a Black woman has prepared me for when it comes to living in Trump's America now. Let me share. First and foremost, creating a weapon out of anything. That means if you got a whole bunch of keys, putting them through your finger. That means if you got a pen, holding it in your hand. Number 2, I don't care how many bags I'm holding outside of grocery bags, of course. I am going to go through the driver's side to put it into the passenger side before I open the back door and before I open the passenger side. This is so I can make sure I get in the car a lot quicker, a lot easier, and I can lock the doors a lot easier. Another thing is, regardless of if it's a sketchy area or not, suburban areas be getting hit too. I don't go anywhere after dark unless I'm with somebody or I'm with a man, especially. What is this, number 4? I am very mindful of every single exit in every area that I'm in. And usually when it comes to even being in a restaurant, I sit facing the door. Another thing that I'm guilty of, but I'm starting to do a lot less as it gets darker earlier, don't sit in the car. Don't sit in the car on that phone, and especially don't do it when you're in front of your house. You would be surprised how many people are actually watching you without you realizing it. All that to say, with us moving deeper and deeper into that big beautiful bill, living in Trump's America now, be careful. No matter if you're from the suburbs, you live in the hood, you think you protected, so many things can happen in an instant. It can happen quickly. And if I'm not anything else, I am a girl's girl. I want y'all to be protected and I want y'all to be safe. But if anything, y'all need to be mindful of what y'all doing in order to make sure that protection is heightened, okay? Love y'all.
It's a product of her environment right here. Growing up in Detroit, she has learned to be prepared and on the defensive at all times, because you never know what could happen. And I think that's a good thing in a way, because there's a lot of people out there who something happens to them because they're walking around thinking, I don't need to be prepared for that. That's never going to happen to me. You know what I mean? So it's always better to be prepared and ready than to not. It's like having a spare tire in your car. Like you don't want to get a flat tire. You hope you don't get a flat tire, but just in case, You got that spare. Let's go.
I'm sitting here minding my business, about to pull off, and all I hear is blah, 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 blah. Bitch, I'm scared as fuck. Oh my God. Y'all, what's going on in my neighborhood? I can't. And you know what? I'm not even gonna go tell them that I seen the shit. I seen the car drive past me because I was sitting here in my car. I was sitting here the whole time. I seen it. I swear I seen it. The car, they ain't had their lights on or nothing. Y'all know my house right here on the corner by the stop sign. So they had to stop, and they didn't even stop. They went through the stop sign. I barely seen them because they ain't had their lights on. So I looked up, seen them ride past me, and I looked back down. Or next thing you know, 10 seconds later, all I hear is rat, tat, tat, rat, tat, tat. Bitch, I thought I got shot. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Bitch, I look in the back, I see the car driving off, and they done turned their lights on and shit. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Double homicide. I can't believe it. Did I just witness somebody? Look, you know what? I was lying. That wasn't me. I didn't see that. They gonna come ask.
Hey, didn't you hear the last lady in the clip that I just played? You can't sit in your car. I know she was talking to women, but I think that goes for both. All right, men and women, I guess, and them and they too. You know, everybody included. Don't sit in your car. You know, you heard the rules, all right? If you wasn't in your car, you wouldn't have seen it, allegedly. Maybe. Oh, that won't you. My bad. That's good. What'd she say? Somebody just caught a body. Okay.
Y'all know what's crazy on some real shit? There was a body found on the freeway in Detroit, Michigan, on I-96. This was a terrible event, man. And this happened like early this morning. And when I tell you, like, my eyes blew up when I saw it, it was like, wow. But you know what really got to me is the fact that I'm in a city, and Michigan, a state, that's full of sick fucks. Like, you know, a place that has a bad connotation for its living quarters or its whereabouts, and usually the overall morality, it comes from a vast majority. And that goes for overall nature in all things. And I think that the people who think like myself, we need to start rationing up, and we need to start understanding, where is this mindset coming from? I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. User not found said, girl, you better mind your business. I can see you calling, but waiting until they got there is wild. Like, that's just like saying, you know what? I saw somebody that was missing and being kidnapped, and I didn't follow the person that was kidnapping the person so that they could just immediately go ghost and nobody would ever see that person again. But instead, hey, I saw this person getting kidnapped right on 7 Mile and Gratiot, but I did never think to get the plate, the car, the nothing. I don't have a description, nothing. I don't even know which way the truck went. I just know that that person got kidnapped. Oh my God. Like, you fucking idiot. Wait till y'all see these other two, but I'm gonna go one by one. This guy's a rapper, PMB Nice. He's from Pontiac, Michigan. Y'all should go look at his page. Y'all should go report it and get him deleted, flat out, because I wish the worst for his career. He said, so you the reason for all this effing traffic. So to my young dogs who may be listening to his music in the future and believe that this man is a role model, imagine if that was your mama, your pops, or your favorite cousin, or even your granny, because these sick is going out and doing some sick things to people's grandmas now. Imagine if that was your loved one on the ground, lifeless, black and blue, and everybody just riding past them. Your favorite rapper will be driving right past your mama and your daddy dead body. He don't care.
Yeah, that's nobody is concerned until it's their family. And that has to change. You know, that's just one person in Detroit, you know. So I'm sure everybody doesn't think like that, but that's disrespectful, right? Like, you care more about traffic than somebody losing a loved one. That's let's go.
It's official. This is my last time going downtown. I promise you. Downtown Detroit, I'm through. This happened Halloween to my other window. Now all of a sudden I go downtown for the first time in 2 months. For the first time in 2 months. And now it's my other window. Let's be fucking for real. Like, this is why I keep my suburban ass where I'm at. What you gotta steal out somebody's car for? And it wasn't just my car. I feel like I'm yelling because I feel like you can't hear me over this big box of window. I'm not coming back to Detroit. Ever. I'll keep my ass in the suburbs.
I don't mean to laugh at you, but is that what we do in Detroit? Just breaking windows and figuring out, hey, is there something in here? Like usually people break in car windows or even break in houses. They don't unless they know something is in there worth taking. But is Detroit just breaking in windows just for fun without even looking through the window first and seeing something? Like, Detroit, what's going on? Let's go.
Quick survival guide for living in Detroit, Michigan. Lesson number 1. Never leave valuables in your car. They will get broken into, they will get stolen. And don't drive a Chrysler vehicle. They will take the whole car. Lesson number 2. If you're not actually from the city and someone asks you where you are from, don't say you're from the city. Because if they say east side or west side and you can't rep the streets where you grew up, you're going to lose credibility instantly. Lastly, don't wear buffs at Coney Island.
I think that's for every city. You know, don't claim anything you're not able to claim. You know, don't say you're from a city when you're not from there. I don't care what city it is. Okay? Because that's just that's just not right. Okay? But from what we learned about Detroit, definitely don't claim Detroit if you're not from there. That's not a good idea. Okay, let's go.
Detroit, you got me there. I'm not surprised. Disappointed, yes. Surprised, no. I just moved to my new neighborhood. Why, when I was moving in, a guy walked past like, oh, that's a nice car. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. First of all, it's a nice neighborhood, so I'm thinking like, what the hell? And second of all, I drive a Ford Fusion, a beat up one at that. Like, somebody gave me this car. Like, they wasn't even driving it. That's how much of a hoopty this car is. So I knew he was up to something. I'm thinking maybe he's going to steal my car or something. Why I go home and come out a few hours later, start the car up, it's loud as hell. This motherfucker done stole my catalytic converter. And waited a good week, 2 weeks to do it after I moved in. I moved in 2 weeks ago. But yeah, bro, what the hell, man? I didn't even know. I thought that was like some shit y'all was doing like 5-10 years ago. Like, I ain't even heard nobody get their catalytic converter stolen in a long time. So I'm like, why would he do that to me? Like, is that a welcome thing here or what? As I just moved over here. Bruh.
I didn't even know they were still stealing catalytic converters either. That's crazy. But a lot of times, people will do that. They will come and actually walk up and be friendly in your face, knowing they plan to rob you later. They just want to get close to see what you got. You know, it happened to me before when I was moving out of a house. And as we were moving out, this guy pulled up and asked questions, and was very friendly to us, and we told him, yeah, we're moving and this and that. It was like a 2-day move, so we was moving some other stuff the next day. But we came back the next day and some stuff had been stolen. And I know it was that guy who came back and stole some stuff that night because he knew we weren't going to be there because we told him like some dummies. So, be cautious of everybody. But let's keep going.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Living in Detroit so depressing. Like, I just had to block Metro Detroit News page, bro. Like, I just got to block it on all social medias, bro. Because it's always something. And half the time, it's a lot of shit with kids, bro. Like, I don't get it. Like, oh my God. We got so much dumb violence here, bro. Like, so many dummies want to prove a point because they got a gun. And they really don't be about nothing in the end, bro. Like, don't be having nothing for themselves. The only thing they know is a gun, bro. Because if y'all had anything else, y'all would know that ain't the way to do it. Because y'all gonna lose everything. So clearly you ain't got nothing to lose. You a bum. You're a literal bum. Like, but I just had to block it, bro, because I can't fuck around and be depressed every day. Getting on there. Get on Instagram, Metro Detroit News. Oh, this kid died. Oh, this old person died. Oh, anybody died. Like, dang. Y'all be stealing people's shit. Can't nobody have a nice car without y'all hating. Being a bum again. You gotta go try to steal it. Risk y'all life for plastic, literally. Like, come on, bro. We gotta be better. We gotta be better. Like, I don't know no other city like ours besides Chicago. Other than that, the rest of y'all gotta fall in line. Because Detroit is the worst.
Man, we gotta, like, I don't know how you fix that. It's not just in Detroit where we, the black community, we take from each other. Instead of going out and getting our own. Instead of, we seeing somebody who got something going for themselves and is doing something. They going to school. They got a nice job. Whatever they doing. Instead of being inspired and say, you know what? I'm going to go to school. I'm going to get me a nice job so I can have a car like that. Instead of that, we just say, oh, I see what they're doing. I'm going to take it. I don't know how we get it past that mentality. I really don't. What's your first move if you're trying to encourage the people to get their own instead of taking from others? Where do you start at with that? I don't know. Let's go.
Back in 2011, I was 17 and I was homeless. And I'm not talking about I ran away homeless. I mean, I was living in the city of Detroit while my father was living in Atlanta, Georgia. My father had physical custody of us because my mother got her rights taken away when I was 8. With that being said, 17, a senior in high school. Now ask me, how many agencies helped me out during that time? People are judging Tatiana Williams, saying, oh, there were churches, there were shelters. Those churches will help their members. And even then, they will only help the members that they know, that they're like, those members have been in the church their whole life type shit. They don't help new members. They help those who they want to help. Those shelters have so many damn rules and regulations on how you can even get a slot. And on top of that, did y'all know a lot of those shelters is just open bays? That means in the middle of you being asleep, someone could literally snatch your child and them. And I know it sounds crazy as hell. Like, y'all don't think that is a very real reality for a lot of these people. Y'all have not seen them damn homeless shelters. I went to one and I had 2 homeless, nasty ass men try to grab on me. At the time, I'm 130 pounds soaking wet. You don't think one of them could have yelped my ass up and dragged me to some kind of closet, the fuck out of me, and probably murdered my ass? It didn't take me long to kind of figure it out, even at 17, that that's not anywhere I wanted to be. So stop judging this mom. Stop saying, oh, she was inside the casino while her babies froze to death. Unless I see camera footage of that, shut the fuck up. Stop saying that she didn't try hard enough. Y'all don't understand how predatory Detroit is. Especially when you talk about she had a little 2-year-old girl. That little baby was going to be all across Maross to McNichols to Novi to anybody in Detroit would tell you the in that damn city are dangerous as hell. I completely understand why she didn't want to risk her kids being sent into the system. I don't know why y'all think that the agencies in Detroit is I don't know, is somehow safe for some damn reason. But even the superiors, the supervisors and all of that, they be bitches.
Man, we're gonna get into more about the government and in part 2 of this. I got a few clips for that, but man, I mean, you kind of understand why some homeless people, especially women, would just rather live on the street in their car, because the homeless shelters are not safer than living in the car. At least that's how they see it. So looking at it from that perspective, can you blame them? It sounds like the systems that's set up to help people are failing. And because they're failing, people have to take chances other ways. And the chance she took, let's go.
I was talking to my mans. He was like, man, I'm so glad we grew up some out the way ass. Bro, this shit getting crazy out here, man. The summer just turned up, just acting crazy. Woo, 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 woo. I'm like, gang, this shit is normal. This been happening for summers on top of summers. Detroit is in full effect right now. We in phase 2. This is phase 2 of Detroit summer. Phase 2 of Detroit summer. This is when the fireworks start happening. The fireworks come. It rained the day it's supposed to be on the fireworks. Then it stopped abruptly. And then boom, it's a great day for the fireworks to happen. During that time, shots ring off during the fireworks. We are aligned. This shit is right where it's supposed to be. This is a Detroit summer. You feel me? We got a few more weeks of bullshit. And then the dream cruise come. Once the dream cruise come, it starts simmering back down. Start, winding down, getting tired of the liquor and the drinks and all that shit, and then we start bringing it back home, bro. That's just Detroit summer in a nutshell. That's just how it's supposed to go.
Man, when you meet somebody that's from Detroit and you see the way they carry themselves, how they're in defense mode all the time, how they're very protective of themselves and the people around them, the grittiness they have, the toughness that they have. After watching this video, you should understand why now. Me myself am getting to know someone from Detroit, okay? And it's different. It's different, and I'm finding out that things that she does, I'm interpreting it a different way than what it really is. And it's just about me learning her, and that way I'll be able to understand things better, But Detroit is a city that is not for the weak. It builds, I think, strong individuals. Like any city, some of those strong individuals choose to go the illegal route, and some choose to go the legal route. But I think all of them are strong individuals because they made it in a city that's very harsh. Even if they're not out of the city, you know, they grew up and they survived. They made it. I think Detroit is a city where you kind of have to be tough because that's how you survive. And being tough is not like, I don't want to make it seem like it's a negative thing. You can be tough, but just push that toughness in a positive direction and you'll have more success that way, because going down that negative route, that criminal route, it's only two endings for that, and you don't want neither one of those. All right. I appreciate y'all watching. Again, this was part 1 of Detroit. Part 2 is coming soon. If part 2 is already out, I'm gonna put that on the screen right now, and you can go over there, check on part 2. But until then, I'll see y'all on the next one.